Alright, y'all, so welcome to the tin shop at the Frontier Culture Museum. So basically, this is where a lot of any of the tinning videos that I put up will be happening once I figure out how to set the phone up or camera in hidden areas so that you can still see everything that's happening. But thought I would give a quick little tour of the tiny little shack here that we've got. So let's start with what I've been working on today, which would be this beauty right here. So I am making 9 of these big cups. I'm working on putting the bottom on now, so I've got this last spot right here to fold over with the metal hammer, which usually wouldn't be used, mainly because tin is such a soft metal, so you can't use a heavy metal hammer on the tin. It will strip it off and expose the iron or the steel underneath, and the tin is there to keep it from rusting, so that's kind of negating the process. But from there, we have our wall of items that are either in progress, which I need to go through and figure out what's what, or items that you would possibly find on any of our farms here at the museum. Most of them are in a 19th century technique, so we're kind of switching at this point to 18th century stuff instead, which would be the best example being this cup here, where that folded edge is out rather than being on the inside in kind of a coppersmithing kind of technique of sorts. But from there, I have my stake pad, or, yeah. I cannot for the life of me remember what these are actually called, but this is a good place to put your stakes in place, or your tinner's anvils, so that you can work with them. My problem is these are a little short, so I need to raise them up at some point. Next, my workspace table, so I can sit here and draft everything out. My actual workbench, which is covered with pieces everywhere, and then along the back wall I have all of the tools and utensils that I could possibly need. I also have a shelf over here of the metal sheets. I just got some books from the Deemers today, which I cannot thank them enough. Patterns up top. Couple of chandeliers hanging about. And then over here is my charcoal and fire starting stuff. This piece of slate I will put the fire pot on. Usually you would use those inside rather than outside, but since it doesn't have a stovepipe yet, it's kind of stuck in limbo on the outside of the shop rather than in here. So yeah, that is our tin shop, and eventually here we will see a lot of really cool stuff getting made once I figure out how.